Konnichiwa! Streets of Rage 4 is possibly the most eagerly awaited beat-em-up in the last 10 years. But how does it hold up against what fans consider to be the best game in the series, Streets of Rage 2? Let's find out. Game on! The Streets of Rage series is an absolute fan favourite, and you don't need to be a Sega or Mega Drive fanboy to appreciate how great this game was. It brought arcade gaming into the home, and it wasn't even an arcade title, it was a complete console exclusive. Fans' hunger for the series has been kept alive with ports to almost every single system, and there's even been a fan remake. But the thing that we've all been after came true in 2018 with the announcement of Streets of Rage 4. In today's show, we're going to be looking at Streets of Rage 2, and we're going to be seeing if the fourth game in the series can actually stand up to what most consider to be the best game of the series. Streets of Rage 2 was an absolute fantastic addition to the series. It had stunning graphics, the attention to detail was amazing, the sprites were huge, and when the Streets of Rage 4 trailer landed in 2018, it didn't disappoint. It had all of the elements, at least visually on screen, that made Streets of Rage 2 such an amazing game. We had those amazing sprites, the backgrounds looked great, the moves looked absolutely genuine. The evolution of the characters looked great as well, with your overweight older Axel there, and Blaze still kind of looking as much as she's always done, but still very, very cool. The art style as well looked fantastic, kind of a modern upgrade, but still staying true to the original. But the big question is, how does the gameplay fare? Well, we've had enough people now play a hands-on of the game to give us a good idea of how this compares to the original Streets of Rage 2, and if you're into it, Streets of Rage 3. Well, the first bit of great news that's come from the show floors is that the combat in the game feels as slick and as smooth as the originals. Whether it's in air combat or on the ground, it feels fantastic. Characters have the same base moves they had before, but they've also got their special abilities as well. And just like in Streets of Rage 2, using your signature abilities will reduce your life. But there have been some additions to the combat, and those are that when you use your normal attacks, your kind of standard punches and kicks, you'll gain back life. And if you get any kills with your signature ability, you'll earn stars. Now, we don't know what stars are for yet, or at least I haven't kind of seen any reporting around what stars could be. I'm imagining it's points or currency that you can use to unlock stuff in the game. The other big thing for combat is using the environmental objects to smash people over their heads. And the word from the show floor is that feels exactly the same as the original. Although no one's managed to confirm whether the pipe feels, or and most importantly, sounds as satisfying as the original. And this leaves me just a little bit worried about Streets of Rage 4, because Koshiro-san's work with the audio design was absolutely fantastic. It completely made the game. Now, it may be that they're working with him, or he's directly involved, or it could be just that we've got a really talented audio designer in there that's going to be keeping us true to the franchise. But I really hope they get the audio correct on this game. It would be an absolute travesty if they managed to get everything right except for the audio. Now we're going to swing back to the combat again, and something that hasn't been discussed too much in interviews has been the combat between characters. Now it seems that we still have the ability to beat the crap out of our mates, but it also seems that Streets of Rage 4 maintains the series character combo combat, where you can have two players juggle up a bad guy between them, and it looks like they've ramped it up, whereas before we kind of be able to throw each other across the screen to take out enemies, or juggle an NPC a couple of times in the air between two players. It looks like Streets of Rage 4 has taken that and amped it up even further. From the videos, we've seen players do some absolutely super incredible moves. It looks absolutely awesome. Now, as a huge beat-em-ups fan and an even bigger fan of Streets of Rage 2, I can't wait for this game to come out. It looks so freaking amazing. The graphics look stunning, everything I talked about the combat, everything I've heard coming out of the shows sounds absolutely amazing. Players' expectations are super high, so developers, No pressure. If you like today's show, then make sure you hit the like button here and let me know what you think about Streets of Rage 4 or even any of the Streets of Rages in the comments below. And if you're new to the channel and you like retro gaming, then why not consider subscribing by clicking on my little pixel head below. And while you're here, why not check out one of these two videos over here.